Hello, this is Joe with Just Below Average Model Cars, bringing you a comparison video of the MPC Firefighter, Mustang 2 Pro Stocker, and the Midnight Mustang 2 Street Machine. Very similar kits, but we're going to go over some of the differences. And one thing to note, this Firefighter kit is a reissue from 2005. So it's not an original. But this Midnight Mustang, however, if you look on the box, there's not even a UPC on it. So this one is copyright 1980. This was given to me by my friend Kirk at work. Him and another guy bought a big model car collection, and he, like a lot of people, doesn't like Mustang 2s. So he said, I'm never going to build it. So he just gave it to me, which is really cool. Thanks, Kirk. These kits can be kind of expensive to find one. This is an original in the box and in plastic. I bought this one off of eBay. These can go for good money too. I got it cheap because it was an open box, and turns out it was missing the intake manifold and the carburetors, which is no problem because I've got another one. So let's look at the differences. And one thing to note, if you look, the original issue of this kit probably came out in 74, 75. If you look at that grill and look at those turn signal indicators, the only Mustang 2 that had turn signal indicators that looked like that were split were 74s. So this original issue of this kit was a 74. And there are differences from the 74 to the rest of the 75 and up grills and turn signals and hood even, because 74 only came with a 4-cylinder V6, and 75 they added the V8. So let's get this box out and see what's inside. You know, problem with having a nice background like that is that I can certainly tell if my camera is uneven, if it's at an angle, which it probably is right now. Let me see if I can fix that. Anyways, so here's the body. The body on this was not taken out of the package. And for comparison, I've got my 70 whatever Mustang 2 kit that I built. I got a video on, and to show you the differences. And I did enlarge these wheel wells some, but you can see the large difference in the back wheel wells. And that and the interior tub, and the interior tub is tubbed out for the big slicks for this, since this is a pro stock Mustang 2. Oh, my girls decided to visit me. Anyways, so here's the body, and this is how they packed it in 2005. It was pretty nice of them to pay attention to detail. And then here's the interior tub. Now here's some vestiges of when it was the stock Mustang 2. It's got the exhaust system for the V6 it came with, and it's got a rear spoiler, which came on a later one. I don't think this one's got a rear spoiler. So, and there's the engine compartment. Now here's some of the stuff that's missing, or is in the this little baggie I have right here. So here's the chrome tree. You know, obviously the wheels are out, and I think the carburetors are probably over here. Here's the headlights, tail lights. There's red, clear red for these tail lights, but there is clear and yellow or amber on the taillights of the Mustang 2. Although some people like to change it up and make it all red. Now this is a later issue. You can see it's got air filters, which a Pro Stock car would not have. So there are some things added to this kit that were not on the original Firefighter, and we'll go over. We'll go over that in just a second when we get there, when we see those parts. Oh, and there's you get 2 drive shafts with this kit. They're just ever so slightly different in length. So here's a roll cage for the Pro Stock. There's a console that you're not going to use for the Pro Stock. And there's the fairly detailed dash. Pretty nice. One thing that's inaccurate about these Pro Stocks is that most of the Mustang 2 Pro Stock guys used a Pinto, fiberglass Pinto dash. So it didn't look like this at all inside. But that's okay. Okay, Pro Stocks had to have 2 seats, so there's 2 seats. And there's the front spindles, the battery, part of the headers, and the mirrors, which we won't use. They're nice looking mirrors. I love those mirrors. I might use them on something else. Here are the rear spoiler and the front spoiler, or front air dam, for the Cobra 2 kit, which I've only seen a few times. I've never seen one in person. I'd love to get one. But, you know, when I had this kit, when I built this kit, it did not have these spoilers in it. I wish it would have, because I love them. But anyways, moving on. Wheel backs and wheel centers. So if you want it to roll, you just slide these inside and glue inside here, and the wheels will roll for you. Let's go to the glass real quick. Glass is no different from the... Actually, this is different glass. Unless I cut these off, because this stock, or whatever, Mustang 2, stock body Mustang 2, glass does not have side windows. But this one does, because a Pro Stock car, if you've ever been drag racing, you're required to roll your windows up. If you have them, I guess. If your car has windows, you're required to roll them up before you make a pass. So that's got rear windows, side windows. One of the thing of note on these valve covers, these are from a Windsor engine, like a 302 or 351 Windsor. You can tell by the shape of the valve covers, which a Pro Stock would not have had. Here's one of the differences. So we can set the floor pan on the interior tub. You can see the big cutouts for the rear slicks and the rear suspension. It's got a different rear suspension in here. You can still see the holes that they left in there for the rear springs for the regular model kit. You can see right there. So the floor pan is pretty much, it's almost the same, except for it's cut out. So you see even got the brake lines on there. You can see them. It's got the holes for the mufflers. Because the 74 V6s had two dual exhausts that came down, 2 mufflers here, and then it came out to 1 muffler and two tailpipes out of 1 muffler. But that's the big major difference between the standard kit and this. We're going to get to the other one in a minute, so don't worry. Okay, so here we have the Windsor cylinder heads. And you can tell by the way they're sloped on the sides. Cleveland heads are straight up 90 degree on either side. Oh, this must be part of the intake manifold. There's another one of the headers. And these spacers here are used under the sway bar to give it room for the V8, which a Pro Stock car would not have a sway bar, so you could leave that out if you wanted to. There's the cutout hood. Okay, now here's the rear bumper. Did I see the front bumper? Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it's in the bag. Here's the rear bumper, gas tank. The gas tank is smaller on this, I think. Then yeah, see the gas tank is smaller and it doesn't have the cutout for the spare tire. Here's the rear disc brakes calipers, the rear axle. Kind of looks like it's just a shortened version of the Mustang rear axle. A 9-inch Ford would be more appropriate here. If you like to build your stuff exactly accurate. I'm not sure what this is. Here, water hose, belt and pulley system. And these are there's some seat belts, which is kind of nice. Shoulder harness and seat belt. And this is a roll cage from the regular kit. To make a race car of the regular kit. Yeah, did I see the front bumper? Am I missing a front bumper? I might be. I didn't notice that when I opened it. Oh, never mind. Front bumper's molded in. Silly me. Okay, it comes with the MPC style slicks. This is before round 2 started pad printing their stuff. These are nice enough. They're nice enough slicks. You could try to paint these letters with acrylic paint or something. Or there's plenty of room to put a decal on there. And the front tires are Goodyear Polyglass. These are the tires that came with the Mustang 2 kit, regular, with 4 of these. They're nice tires, actually. I like them a lot. Okay, this is when they put parts in individual bags, which they still do. There's a steering wheel. That's a 74 steering wheel. So I'd probably find a different steering wheel to use for this. Being a race car, there's the front sway bar. Actually, this portion is the sway bar, and these portions are the links for the suspension. Now the tires or the wheels, excuse me, are center lines, or maybe, I can't remember what the other brand was. It looked like this back in the 70s. Chrome on them looks pretty good. Now here's the hood scoop. It's rear facing. Gives enough room for the carburetors. There's the grill. Now that is not a 74 grill. As I mentioned before, the 74s had split turn signals. Another interesting thing, the 74's grill is recessed in, and when they added the V8, they had to move the front core support out, so they pushed the grill out also. So the grill's more flush on the 75 and laters, along with the turn signals being different. And they changed also. They went clear and they were amber for different years. Here's the front engine cradle. This is one of the major things that differentiated the Mustang 2 from the Pinto. Although it had a similar front suspension, this whole engine cradle was mounted in rubber, so it was a lot more quieter car than the Pinto. Let's see. What's the other thing I wanted to show you in here? Oh, yeah. And I've got both of them, but there's the red taillights. Okay. Now, this is I'm not sure what kit this 351 came off that I got this off of, but this is the dual quad intake manifold that I've pulled out of my box of stuff that we all have. So this might be what I use on this if it fits on this engine. So So I'm going to leave out the stuff that's probably different between the two kits, and we'll open up the other one for the first time. Just a minute. All right, here's the Midnight Mustang kit. This kit came out in 1980. Like I said, this one has no UPC on it. This is all original kit from what I can tell. And this is, it's not the first time I've opened it because I opened it when I got it home. But everything is still in plastic, as you can see. Okay, the glass in this one, it's not in a bag. It is also got the side windows in it, like the Pro Stock kit. Look at that, it says Mustang on there. You can probably trim these off. It does have a place to trim them off, maybe, if you wanted to. But anyways, full glass. Now here's the chrome tree. Now this kit, this other kit came out, this Firefighter kit, initially came out way before, probably 4 or 5 years before the Midnight Mustang. But there was additions to the kit and subtractions from the kit. So let's see what's different between these two. Okay, the chrome tree has been added on to add on these side pipes. The grill looks pretty much the same, tail lights, headlights. These chrome strips I have in the little baggie. Oh, it's missing the oil pan also. I don't have the oil pan, so I'm going to have to get that from something else. And there's the intake manifold, and there's where the carburetors went. And I am not sure what these little buttons are. Oh, they're breathers for the valve covers. Now, if you look at these valve covers, these are Cleveland style valve covers as opposed to Windsor style valve covers here. It's got the same stuff at the bottom. And it looks like Keystone mags on this one. Front and back. And it does have the intake manifold. It does have a CB antenna, of course. Alternator. So there's quite a few differences between these two chrome trees, and a lot of similarities. This is my least favorite thing. When I built my green Mustang 2, I drilled out the headlight buckets, put a piece of aluminum sheathing behind there, and got clear headlight lens and put it glued on top of it to make them look a little more realistic. And there's the disc brakes. The other one has these also. Now, forgot to mention this. I did not find what that weird part was. With this part right here. I don't know what that is. I didn't find it there. I thought it was part of the engine, but it's not. So this one is also missing its decals, which is fine because I come up with my own decals or put none on it or whatever. Now here's the decals for the Midnight Mustang. The decal itself is in pretty good shape. These were in Idaho. Idaho's a pretty dry climate, and most people's houses are pretty dry. I'm not sure if I'd use these or not. I'm not really sure. They look like they might work, but it looks like there's a little bit of moisture got to it, so you never know. They're not bad looking. Product of their times. Okay. Oh, these headlights are out of the Pinto kit that I built for a street machine build a couple of years ago. Here's the tail lights. Those are the same. And we got the same wheels and tires, except these have got the center parts that you got to cut out. Although they look the same as the other ones. And these are a little harder since these are the older ones. A little harder with compound, whatever. These are made out of vinyl or polyvinyl chloride, whatever. So the tires are pretty much the same. Taillights are the same. Decals, obviously different. And the directions look pretty much the same as far as the steps go. They revised the parts for this. There's really not much difference at all. So we talked about the chrome parts differences, and the tires and wheels and taillights are the same. The glass is the same. Alrighty. I don't usually do this. I like to leave my stuff in plastic till I build it. At least on the inside. But let's open this up for the first time. Get that 1980 air out of there. Okay, now this looks pretty much the same as the other one. Except they cut, later on, they cut off this part for the wheels and tires. Other than that, other than the colors, they're pretty much identical. This one's got flash on it up here. Not too bad. And there's the roll cage. Now that's the same. This does not have the console in it. It's got the same drive shaft, but it does not have the sidebars that the Pro Stock does. It just has the bars that go in back. This supposedly being a street machine, you're not going to have those sidebars on there. And they took off the holes for it too. You see that there's holes on the red one, but not on the black one. So they did change that. Or put it back. That's the interesting part, is that while they were selling the standard Mustang annual kit, they were selling these Pro Stocks. This black one is pretty much the same kit, and except for some changes to the Dyno Don Nicholson Pro Stock. And I think the Firefighter Pro Stock came out in 74, 75, the original one. So they changed this, filled in the holes, and then they put them back in when they reissued it. Or there's two molds available for it. Okay, interior tub looks the same. And the Mustang 2 body looks the same. Now, the standard Mustang 2 body that MPC built was a Mach 1. And it had Mach 1 molded in right here. So if you didn't want to make a Mach 1 like my green one, I had to sand all that off. A little bit interesting, or not, maybe not interesting to you, but interesting to me trivia about the Mustang 2. There were only two models of the Mustang 2 that did not come with the 4-cylinder standard engine. One everybody knows about, probably, if they know about Mustang 2s, is the King Cobra. It came with the 302 standard. But most people don't know that the Mach 1 from 74 to 78 came with the V6, 2.8 liter V6 is the standard engine. So every Mach 1 has at least a V6 in it from 74 to 78. Okay, this part looks pretty much the same. Where is it? Nope, nope, nope. Let's see. There's the distributor. The front cover is missing off this one. I've had a lot of engine parts missing off this one. And oh, this one's got wheelie bars, and this one does not. They cut the wheelie bar, blocked off the wheelie bar portion of the mold. Radiator's the same. This does not have the old style roll cage and seat belts. And the gas tank's not there. What these for a gas tank on this one? Okay, here's the hood and the valve covers. Now these valve covers look like Windsor valve cover, or cylinder heads, I should say. Look like Windsor cylinder heads. These engines aren't that great. They have a GM style transmission on them. A Ford would have a top loader, so it'd have this cover would be right here would be on top. And actually, for the Pro Stock, or even in 74, they're using Lenkos, which the Pinto Pro Stock kit had, but the Mustang 2 did not. Now, one difference here in the bodies. Now, this is the difference between a 74 and a 75 and later. If you look at the difference there, I talked about earlier, they moved the radiator core forward to make more room for the V8. So they made the hood longer, and they unrecessed the grill, made the grill more flush. And so the hood's longer on this one. So there must be, I mean, there's got to be two molds out there, because this one's got hood pins molded in. This one does not. It's interesting. Interesting. Okay, here's the seats are the same. They have seat belts molded in. See the difference between this and this. Okay, this sway bar was in a separate bag. They got rid of the spoilers, which would have been great on this kit. This would have been cool with these spoilers. So I think I might make the red one a Pro Stocker and this one a Street Machine like it's supposed to be, but I'll probably use these spoilers on this black one. Get to the end here. And here's a steering wheel that's more appropriate for a race car than the stock Ford steering wheel. A little bit of flash in there. Easy to clean up. And there's a, oh boy. Everybody dizzy now? There's the firewall, the same rear spoiler, and the engine compartment. And what's left in the bag. What's amazing is after all these years, only two parts came off. And here's the gas tank. It looks like the same gas tank. It must have just fallen off the sprue. Just didn't look like it had a sprue attachment point on there. It must have got rid of one of them. Let me get this. Yeah, it looks like the same piece. So there you have it. Many differences and many similarities. What surprises me most is the differences in the body. So let's go ahead and take this one out of the plastic. Use my scissors. This is something I wasn't expecting. I haven't taken these out. So You can see the difference in where the hood goes. They put a cutout right here for the extra hood length. They didn't really, the kit didn't change the core support like it probably should have, but yeah, there's 2 holes in there and none holes. None holes. There's none holes in there. No holes in there. See, other than that, the bodies appear to be. Oh, there's holes in the tail lights for this one, on the red one, but not the black one. There's holes. The tail lights have pins on them. Anyways, nice looking bodies on both of them. But I was kind of surprised, because that means that means to me that there's 3 body molds MPC used for the Mustang 2. You had the standard kit, standard body. Maybe there's a standard 74 also. But this coming out in 2005 and this coming out in 1980 with the 75 and up hood cutout, and this is at the 74 cutout. Oh, and you can also see, oh, they changed that too, didn't they? 74 grill stuck out a little farther. Maybe not on this one. It's hard to say. Anyways, I did a bit of rambling on this one, but this black looks, I don't know, you got some swirls in it. I was going to say this black looks good enough if you wanted to just polish it and paint it. You get away with it, but there's a little bit of swirls. And this is that old MPC plastic. To me, was always really soft in the old days. And this is an old days kit. I'm looking forward to building both of these to go along with my green Mustang that I built. Not sure how I'm going to paint them. Not sure I'm going to do them. But I'd like to get some Dino Don or Gap and Roush decals for this one. And this one needs an engine. Whatever. The best 351 Cleveland in 1/25 scale is in the new Boss 351 kit from Revell. Hate to have to buy 2 of those. I've got one. I hate to have to buy, I don't want to buy one to pirate out of these, just for the engine. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with the engine on these. If anybody makes a good 351 Cleveland Pro Stock motor and resin cast, I'll have to look for that, see how much that costs. I'm sure it's cheaper than the whole kit. I hate to buy kits just for parts, because you end up with parts that aren't usable for anything else. But anyhow, this is my differences between the. Let me move this. Well, there we are. There's differences between the Firefighter MPC kit released in 2005 and the original Midnight Mustang released in 1980. Some surprising differences. I knew there'd be differences in the wheels. And this has got exhaust that this doesn't have. But I didn't realize that this has... They took the wheelie bars off this one. The roll cage is a little different. Steering wheel is different. Engine valve covers are different in this one, although the cylinder heads are the same. And this one has a lot of parts that this doesn't have that are going to be good for the parts bin. And some I might use on here, like the spoilers, the Cobra 2 spoilers. Let me center this up. Oh, there we go. So, thank you very much for watching. It's been a long time waiting for this video for me to get around to doing this video. I mentioned it last year sometime, and like I said, I've been busy this year with work and other things, and I forgot to mention I bought another one of these. Up here, I'll put it on the screen, and I've been playing the heck out of that. And I also filled in for a band. Actually, it was a temporary band for somebody's family reunion. I had to learn 25 songs or practice. Some of them I already knew, and others that I had played before, and others I had never played before. And I hadn't been playing a whole lot of guitar. It was all acoustic guitar, and got my hand really sore. If anybody plays guitar, you know what I'm talking about. When you haven't played for a while and you gotta get ready for something, your hand gets really sore. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you feel like it, give me a like and a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I appreciate all my subscribers. I'm sorry I haven't put any videos out this year, hardly any, but hopefully 2026 will be a lot better. And just want to say, have a nice day.